Hey guys, so today I'm going to show you how I built this DIY enclosure with the Drylok method. I filmed it kind of vlog style so you could see my actual experience going through it because this was my first time. I hadn't really found a good video doing this to see trials and errors, so I filmed it vlog style so you can see all the things that worked, all the things that didn't. If you have any questions, definitely let me know, but without further ado, let's jump in so you can see how I got this awesome enclosure. I lost my first clip, so this is what I started out with. I spray foamed, I let it dry, I spray foamed more and kind of just in the general shape I wanted, and then I began carving, and I think this will lead me up to my next part. Okay, so this is what I ended up with. I decided not to film the process of spray foaming it or carving it because that is the same in pretty much every type of build. I basically just did like 3 or 4 different layers of letting it dry, spray foaming it, and then moved on, but I think I talked about that previous. So this is what I ended up with. So I have kind of a couple different ledges, like some pockets. I have a little bit of a deeper pocket over there towards the glass. I have a tunnel going down here that I want to have the dirt kind of almost all the way up to here, just in like this one area, because I want to give a lot of burrowing opportunities. So this is what I've come up with. Now I'm going to mix my Drylok and acrylic paint, and I'm going to film that process because that's something I haven't really seen. This is pretty much the same as any other carving whatever. I just carved a bunch of this little spray foam pieces off. I used a razor blade, not the safest. I don't recommend doing that. Otherwise you can use like a box cutter like this. I also used this curved wood carving knife, which honestly wasn't as helpful as I thought it was going to be. And then I have this slightly curved kitchen knife, but like I said, be very careful if you're using any of the open blades, just because I don't want to advise any of you get hurt. But this is kind of what I came up with. I'm very happy with it. And now I'm going to move on to Drylok, and I'm going to paint a base coat and then kind of decorate, and we'll go. Okay, I'm not sure if I'm just dumb, but I didn't know. Apparently Drylok is extremely thick, so I just filled up this cup. As far as color go, I just got normal acrylic paint. Well, I guess this one's premium, but whatever. In slate gray. I'm going to mix this in until I get the color I want. I'm going to put this all over the background. And I'm going to do probably 3, 4, maybe even 5 layers of the Drylok in this shade before I start shading and doing the other colors I got. Just because I heard it can take quite a few layers to get it covered. And as far as like brushes go, I just got this pack from Michael's that's like a bunch of different sponge brushes. I figure sponges probably are going to be the best bet. I guess there's some normal brushes too, which might be beneficial in the future when I do more of the different colors. But for now, I'm just going to cover everything in gray, let it dry, do it again. I'm not sure exactly how long it takes to dry. I will keep you updated, but for now, that's what I'm going to do. So I just have the sponge, and I'm going to basically sponge the entire freaking place. I'm going to sponge everything, all of it. One time, I'll let you know how long it takes to dry, and then I'll go in a couple more times. I'll let you know how many coats it takes. And then once we get there, I will show you how I decorated a little better, and then we'll set up this entire enclosure. But here we are now. It's going to take me a long time. Okay, so I used almost an entire cup. As you saw before, this was almost full. Now it's almost empty. I'm going to wrap it in saran wrap because I don't know how long this is going to take to dry. This brush worked the best. I know you can't really see it now, but it's like a flat head bristle brush. I also tried that sponge and that sponge. Neither of them were working how I wanted them to. So this is what I have done right now. I know the sides are a little messy. I'm hoping the Drylok is easy to get off the glass, but that's something I will update you on as well. But for now, this is what it looks like. I can tell I'm going to need a couple more coats. You can see like in here The more porous areas didn't really fill as well. So I'm going to need to continue to try filling those. But for now, this looks pretty good. If for some reason any of those just won't fill, I'm going to put some silicone and try filling it that way. But we'll just keep on this wild ride together. So here's where I am right now. So this over here is what it looked like after one coat. I left it overnight. I am doing a second coat now down here, and it's starting to look a lot better. But one thing I didn't expect is, I don't know if you'll be able to see, but it kind of peeled off the wall. So I might spray a little extra spray foam down there. Just because I don't want Nightmare getting stuck in the hole. In some places I think it actually added, but that one's like really big. I'll show you from the outside. It like really peeled off. So I'm gonna try filling that in, but everywhere else it looks pretty good. Doing a second layer, like I said. I think maybe 3 layers of the solid gray, and then I'll start going in with color. And I plan on filling in all those gaps and holes with silicone because I don't want feeder bugs or anything eating my background that I'm spending so much time on. So that's where I am right now. Okay, so I've put on 1 or 2 more layers since I last showed you. My last layer ended up being a lot darker than my next one, actually unintentionally. I haven't actually painted this yet, so that was my bad. But I do want to show you, I kind of did a little test here, but I wanted to show you how easy it is to kind of peel these off the glass. So it's not super hard, not super easy. Sorry, it's kind of hard for me to show you, but I wanted to show you it does come off. It's gonna take a while to get that off, but it does come off, so it's just a matter of getting it off. Some spots aren't fully dry yet, so I am waiting, but I've got most of the gaps filled in. It's almost all solid. It actually looks kind of cool being 2 different colors, and then when I go in and like actually paint it, I think it'll look even better. I also want to put some silicone and moss to add like fake water and moss. And then I think I will be done, ready for it to dry out, and then ready to add Nightmare in. Okay, this is where I am right now. I'm trying to make some sort of like fake water feature with silicone, but I don't know if it's gonna work. So if that doesn't work, I'm just gonna cover that with moss. But right now I have a couple different spots where I have silicone moss in. I think I'm gonna do quite a bit back there, maybe a little bit underneath here. I'm not sure. That one looks stupid right there, so I might bring it down a little bit. But so far, it's turning out pretty well. I do think it's a little splotchy over here, so I might add a little bit more of the dark color to kind of, you know, tie that together so it doesn't look so blotchy. But I do think it's coming along really well, and I'm super excited. I'm finally coming. Once I'm happy with it, I'll show you guys. I'm gonna leave it for 48 hours so everything can dry. I'll set it up and then I'll show you guys the final product. Alright, so I just finished. I added my springtails and dwarf isopods. I have a drainage layer down here, a barrier. I mixed that cocoa fiber PetSmart brick that I got with this enclosure and some Terrafauna, and then I also mixed in some sphagnum moss and also some leaf litter, of course. I'm going to let the cleanup crew get settled in, and I plan on moving Nightmare in the end of the week. But I do have 2 fake plants here. These are fake plants I got from Michael's. They do have pretty big pots, but I do have in the back about 4 inches of substrate so he can burrow. If for some reason it seems like they're taking up too much space, I'll pull them out, but for now, I'm going to leave them in because I think they look nice and give some nice coverage. I want to put the big skull that's in his current enclosure in here as well, and maybe a piece of wood or something from his current enclosure, but I didn't want to disrupt that before I moved him in. So yeah, look out for future videos for that. But for now, he has this awesome rock wall. I do have one kind of plant section cupped on the side just to give it a little more coverage, and then I also have this, which I plan on using as water dishes, so I'm going to fill both of those up with water just to give him some standing water as well. Of course, he'll have his little water dish at the bottom, and then he'll also be able to drink off the leaves when he's misted, but he's a very private guy, so I wanted to give him lots of opportunity to hide. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this enclosure. I hope this was helpful. I know it was more of like an experience vlog, but that's kind of what my goal was. Please like and subscribe for more animal content, and also to be able to see Nightmare in the future move in here. And without further ado, I will see you guys in my next video.